Thanks for inviting us in tonight at 11. We are just hours away from the first of 3 mass vaccination clinics opening up here in Indiana. First one out of the gate over at the iconic Indianapolis Motor Speedway this weekend. Later this month, we'll see clinics open up at Notre Dame and Ivy Tech. Tonight, our Lauren Kostick shows us how this drive-through at IMS is going to work.
This is a gate where close to 17,000 people will be coming through over the course of 4 days. It's the state's first vaccination clinic, and the appointments booked up fast.
The state is waving the green flag, partnering with the Indianapolis Motor Speedway to vaccinate thousands of Hoosiers. And here is how it will work. Starting Friday, if you are eligible and have an appointment, you will drive into the main 16th Street entrance and through the infield.
You're going to go to the right around the museum, and you're going to end up where I'm standing right now. When you get here, you're going to be asked your name, so make sure you have an ID out so that you can show your name.
Then you'll get vaccinated in the garages on Gasoline Alley.
And like other clinics, you will be required to wait 15 minutes, and the whole time you'll stay in your car. And if everything goes well, they'll wave you out.
The state plans to use the new Johnson & Johnson vaccine since it's a one-and-done shot, making it easier to accommodate thousands of people in a short amount of time.
We are in a race between the vaccine and the variants, and we want the vaccine to win.
As of Thursday, appointments at IMS are full, with 16,800 Hoosiers signing up.
And with the state speeding up its vaccine rollout, it's giving new hope to race fans that they once again can be back in the grandstands.
Thanks, Lauren. No matter what vaccine clinic you're going to, remember to bring a state ID or a driver's license because you've got to prove that you're an Indiana resident and that you meet the age requirement. Also, if you've got a health insurance card, bring that too. It is not required. Remember, if you've got any questions about how to sign up for your COVID shot, text the word vaccine to this number, 317-655-5740. We'll send you the information straight to your cell phone.
Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb and IMS President Doug Bowles will be some of the very first people who go get their shot at that mass vaccine clinic tomorrow. They'll also be joined by 3 state lawmakers and the father of Congressman Andre Carson. Earlier today, Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett and Marion County's top health official, Dr. Virginia Kane, got their dose of the vaccine, both receiving the single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine. They say they want to set an example for others to follow their lead.
Now, this vaccine is safe and has contributed to the significantly lower number of cases and deaths in Marion County, Indiana. And you know why today is so special? Because for the first time in Marion County, our 3rd vaccine has arrived, Johnson & Johnson.
So please, for your health, for the health of your friends, your family, and for your community, get your shot.
They also were joined by several other city leaders, and this week actually marks the 1-year anniversary of the very first COVID case right here in Marion County, Indiana. We have come a long way in a year, but of course there is still progress to make.
That one-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine is making the mass vaccination clinics and eligibility expansions possible here in the state of Indiana. But the Archdiocese of Indianapolis tonight is urging people to take the other vaccines instead, saying it has some moral concerns about how that J&J vaccine is made, citing the use of aborted fetuses. Our National Verified team looked into that claim. Did Johnson & Johnson use aborted fetal cells to create its vaccine? Our Emily Longnecker breaks it down for us.
To understand how the J&J vaccine was developed, it's important to understand the history of what went into it. It starts with fetal cells that were taken from 2 aborted fetuses from 1973 and 1985. The circumstances surrounding those abortions are unknown. Decades later, those original cells have been reproduced in laboratories millions of times, creating what's called fetal cell lines. even though their origin is an aborted fetus. Experts say these are now independent cell lines. Those cell lines can be replicated rapidly outside the human body, and scientists can use them to create viruses. And that's what Johnson & Johnson did to develop its vaccine, which works a little differently than the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. This one injects a common cold virus called the adenovirus into your body. The genetically engineered virus causes your body to make spike proteins. In response to those spike proteins, your body makes antibodies that can fight COVID-19. So does the shot of common cold virus that goes into your arm contain the fetal cell lines that were used to grow it? Experts say the cells and any remnants of cells are filtered out before the vaccine goes into the vial. Despite that, several Catholic archdioceses across the country have come out with statements urging Catholics to not get the Johnson & Johnson vaccine if they have a choice. In a statement, the Archdiocese of Indianapolis encouraged Catholics, if given a choice, to go with the Pfizer or Moderna vaccines, saying the one from Johnson & Johnson raised, quote, additional moral concerns because of its development, testing, and production. But if the Johnson & Johnson vaccine was the only option, the Archdiocese said in its statement, quote, it is morally acceptable to receive COVID-19 vaccines that have used cell lines from aborted fetuses in their research and production process. A spokesperson for Johnson & Johnson said in a statement this week, in developing their vaccine, they held to the highest bioethical standards and guidelines, and that there is no fetal tissue in the vaccine.
And some more context, if you're still concerned about how that Johnson & Johnson vaccine is made, experts say fetal cell lines are also used in the making of the hepatitis A vaccine and in vaccines for rubella, chickenpox, and shingles.
Tonight we have yet another grim reminder of the seriousness of this pandemic and the dangers first responders face as they do their jobs. The Kokomo Fire Department is mourning the loss of one of their own tonight, saying that Captain Marty Myers died this afternoon after a hard fight to overcome his battle with COVID-19. He had been in ICU since last month. We're told the arrangements are currently being made. In the meantime, they're asking for prayers for Myers' family and the department. He was 50, and that wraps up tonight's big story.